The Galactic Council had gathered in a vast chamber filled with bright lights and large screens displaying the latest star maps. Alien representatives from various worlds sat in their seats, their faces showing concern. Tension hung in the air like the scent of smoke after a fire. Today, they were discussing a series of conflicts between the different alien factions and humans. These humans had made a name for themselves across the galaxy, and not always for good reasons. As the council debated, the murmurs of worry grew louder. Rumors had spread like wildfire. Humans had advanced their technology and strategies beyond what anyone could imagine. The seasoned members of the council, usually confident and composed, were now visibly shaken. They exchanged glances, wondering what the humans would do next. Meanwhile, light years away, a small, unassuming human ship floated in space, known to many as the Rusty Bucket. This vessel had seen better days. Its metal hull was covered in patches, and it was often mocked for its outdated design. But on board, a team of determined humans was preparing for a mission that could change everything. Leela, the pilot, stood at the controls, her eyes focused and determined. She was a skilled navigator, known for her quick reflexes and sharp instincts. Her partner, Sam, the ship's engineer, was busy checking the systems. Jack, the strategist, was reviewing their mission objectives. They were a ragtag team, but their bond was strong, forged through countless challenges. "Are we really going into the asteroid field?" Jack asked, glancing nervously at the view outside the ship's windows. The asteroid field was known for being treacherous, with massive rocks tumbling through space at unpredictable speeds. "Of course. We have to make it to the other side to deliver our supplies. It's the only way to support the colony on Garon 5. Leela replied confidently. "Trust me, we can do this." Sam nodded, though he looked concerned. "Just remember, the ship's old. We can't take too many risks." Suddenly, a beeping sound interrupted their preparations. Sam turned to the control panel and noticed an incoming transmission. The holographic screen lit up, showing a video feed of a council meeting. "Attention, all vessels in Sector 12. A stern alien voice echoed through the speakers. "We have received reports of human activity in the asteroid field. The Galactic Council is issuing a ceasefire request. We advise all ships to retreat immediately." Leela's heart raced. "Did you hear that? They think we'll back down. We have to show them what we're made of." Jack exchanged worried glances with Sam. "Are you sure about this, Leela? We could end up as space debris if we go against their orders." "Exactly. They expect us to run. That's why we can't. We need to navigate the asteroid field and prove we're not to be underestimated." Leela's determination shone in her eyes. The council may have thought they could intimidate humanity, but she was ready to show them otherwise. As they plotted their course, the alien pilots, who were watching from a distance, couldn't believe their eyes. They chuckled at the thought of a human crew attempting to navigate the unyielding asteroid field. "They're going to regret this," one alien pilot said, shaking his head in disbelief. "That ship will never make it through." The pilot's crew nodded, their laughter echoing through their control room. "Just wait. This will be a spectacle," another added, already picturing the humans' inevitable failure. But as Leela and her crew initiated their launch sequence, something remarkable began to happen. The Rusty Bucket roared to life, engines sputtering but holding strong. Leela took a deep breath and gripped the controls, her fingers dancing over the buttons with confidence. "Here we go," she said, her voice steady. "Let's show them what we're made of." The ship surged forward, heading straight for the asteroid field. As they entered, Leela maneuvered skillfully, dodging the first few rocks with surprising agility. Inside the control room, Leila's crew held their breath, the tension palpable. Outside, the alien pilots watched in awe. The laughter faded, replaced by disbelief. The human crew was navigating the unthinkable. As the ship wove through the asteroids, the atmosphere shifted. No longer was it a simple mission. It had become a test of will and determination. Would the humans prevail, or would they fall into the depths of space? The council members and alien pilots leaned in, their eyes glued to the screen, waiting to see if the humans would truly rise to the challenge. "You said," as the rusty bucket hurtled deeper into the asteroid field. Layla's focus sharpened. The rocky giants danced around them like chaotic titans, each one threatening to crush their fragile ship. Sam and Jack braced themselves, the vibrations of the engines humming beneath their feet. The stakes were high, and the weight of the mission pressed heavily on their shoulders. Layla's fingers flew across the controls. "We need to angle to the left, Sam. That asteroid up ahead is going to clip us if we don't move now." "Got it," Sam responded, adjusting the ship's trajectory with determination. He glanced at the sensors, watching as the massive rock approached. His heart raced as he calculated the distance. "We're cutting it close." In the control room of the alien vessel, the pilots watched in disbelief. They had never seen humans navigate with such audacity. "Look at them. They're defying every rule of safe space travel," one alien pilot exclaimed, his tone a mixture of shock and admiration. "Humans really are unpredictable," another pilot replied, shaking his head. "They've got guts, I'll give them that." Inside the rusty bucket, Layla could hear Sam muttering calculations under his breath. 50 meters, 30, 20. He counted down as they drew nearer to the asteroid. "Now," Layla shouted, pulling back on the controls. The ship swerved at the last moment, barely avoiding a collision. The crew erupted in cheers, their spirits lifting as they realized they were still in the game. "Nice work, Layla." Jack clapped her on the shoulder. "I knew we could do it." "Don't get too comfortable," Layla warned, her eyes scanning ahead. "There's a lot more coming our way." Just then, a series of asteroids appeared in rapid succession, each one larger than the last. The crew's exhilaration faded as they braced for the next wave. Layla's heart raced. "Let's keep moving. We can't stop now." She maneuvered the ship with precision, weaving in and out of the massive rocks. Each dodge felt like a victory, and each second spent in the field tested their resolve. Meanwhile, back in the council chamber, the debate intensified. The alien representatives were becoming increasingly anxious. They had anticipated the humans' failure, but were now witnessing something extraordinary. "This is not just luck," one elder alien declared. "These humans are adapting. We must reconsider our stance." A younger alien, eager to prove himself, interjected, "Perhaps we should intervene. If they succeed, it could shift the balance of power in the galaxy." "Intervene? Are you mad?" The elder responded, his voice rising. "We cannot underestimate their ability to learn from adversity. Let them continue. This could reveal their true nature." As the council bickered, Layla and her crew pressed on, adrenaline coursing through their veins. They had passed through the worst of the field, but the danger was far from over. The final stretch loomed ahead, a dense cluster of asteroids, and it looked more treacherous than anything they had encountered yet. "Layla, I can't see a clear path." Sam shouted, eyes wide as he scanned the control panel. "The sensors are going crazy." "Trust your instincts. Just tell me where to go." Layla replied, determination fueling her every word. "Right. There's a small opening between two large asteroids. If we can hit that, we'll be clear." Sam pointed frantically at the screen. "Let's do it," Layla shouted, gripping the controls tightly. She aimed for the narrow gap, feeling her heart pound in her chest. As they closed in on the opening, the asteroids loomed closer. The crew held their breath, every heartbeat echoing in the silence of the cockpit. Layla's focus narrowed to the gap. She couldn't afford to fail. "Now, full throttle," Sam commanded. With one swift motion, Layla pushed the throttle forward. The ship surged, and they shot through the narrow passage, just as the asteroids collided behind them with a deafening crash. The shockwave rattled the rusty bucket. But they had made it. Cheers erupted inside the ship as they exited the asteroid field into the calm of open space. Lila let out a sigh of relief, her hands still gripping the controls. Did we really just do that? Jack laughed, disbelief shining in his eyes. Yes, we did, Sam replied, grinning from ear to ear. Their elation was short-lived, however. As they looked out at the vast expanse of space, they noticed several alien ships surrounding them, their weapons drawn. The Council had indeed decided to intervene. Leela straightened, determination washing over her once more. We've come this far. It's time to show them what humans are truly capable of. The rusty bucket drifted in the vastness of space, surrounded by a formation of alien ships. Their sleek designs contrasted starkly with the battered and rusted exterior of the human vessel. The tension inside the cockpit was palpable, each crew member acutely aware of the perilous situation they found themselves in. Leela sat at the controls, her hand steady on the flight panel. "We need to stay calm and think this through," she said, her voice firm. Sam and Jack exchanged glances, both trying to gauge her confidence. "They're not going to let us go without a fight," Sam replied, his brow furrowed. "What's the plan?" Before Leela could respond, a voice crackled through the radio. It was an alien commander, his voice booming and authoritative. "Human vessel, you have entered a restricted zone. Stand down and prepare to be boarded." Leela's heart raced, but she didn't let her fear show. "We can't let them board us," she whispered. "If they find out how we really are, we might lose everything we've worked for." Jack nodded, determination lighting his eyes. "Let's show them that we won't back down. We need to fight for our place in this galaxy." "Agreed," Leela said, feeling a surge of adrenaline. "Sam, can you access the ship's weapon systems?" "On it," Sam replied, his fingers flying over the console. He quickly began to arm their makeshift defenses. The rusty bucket might not be a warship, but it had a few tricks up its sleeve. As Sam worked, Leela opened a communication channel. "This is Captain Leela of the human vessel Rusty Bucket. We will not stand down. We faced worse than you and survived. If you want to fight, you'll get one." The alien commander responded, his tone incredulous. "You think you can challenge us? You are outmatched." "Maybe so," Leela said defiantly, "but we're not going to go down without a fight." With that, she pulled back on the controls, engaging the ship's engines. The Rusty Bucket surged forward, charging toward the closest alien ship. The crew held on tight as the ship shook from the sudden movement. The alien ships reacted quickly, their weapons powering up. Beams of energy shot toward the Rusty Bucket, but Leela skillfully navigated the chaotic barrage. She twisted and turned, dodging incoming fire with surprising agility. "Watch out for that one," Jack shouted, pointing to a massive asteroid drifting in their path. Leela spotted it just in time. She banked the ship hard to the right, narrowly avoiding a collision. "This is what we've trained for," she shouted, her heart racing. "Keep your eyes on the targets." Sam, now fully engaged, locked onto the nearest alien ship with their newly activated weapon systems. "I've got a lock." Firing. He pressed the button, and a blast of energy erupted from the Rusty Bucket. It struck the alien ship with a blinding flash. The alien vessel reeled from the impact, spiraling out of control. The crew of the Rusty Bucket cheered, exhilarated by their success. But their victory was short-lived. The remaining alien ships began to close in, surrounding them. Lila could see the determination on their faces, but she refused to back down. "Keep firing," she shouted. "We'll show them what we can do." Sam launched another round of energy blasts, hitting another alien ship, but their ammunition was limited, and they needed a strategy. "Leela, we need to think of something fast," Sam urged, scanning the control panel. "If we keep this up, we'll run out of power." Leela thought quickly. "Let's use the asteroid field to our advantage. If we can lure them in, we can shake them off." Jack looked at her, impressed. "That's brilliant. They won't expect it." "Exactly." Leela grinned, adrenaline coursing through her. She steered the ship toward the dense field of asteroids, weaving through the rocky terrain. The alien ships pursued, eager to capture the humans who dared to defy them. "Let's see how well they navigate," Jack shouted, excitement bubbling in his voice. Leela led them deeper into the asteroid field, twisting and turning, barely avoiding collisions. The alien ships struggled to keep up, their larger frames making it difficult to maneuver. With each near miss, Leela felt more alive. "Now," she called, pulling the ship into a sharp turn. The crew braced themselves as the ship slingshot around an enormous asteroid, sending them flying in the opposite direction. "Let's hit them while they're distracted," Sam shouted, quickly adjusting the weapon system. As the alien ships continued their pursuit, Leela activated the rusty bucket's weaponry once more. They fired, hitting one of the alien ships directly. The blast sent it spiraling out of control, crashing into a nearby asteroid. Leela's heart raced with exhilaration and fear. They were holding their own against impossible odds. "Keep moving. Don't let up," she urged her crew. The remaining alien ships began to falter, realizing that the humans were not as easy to defeat as they had thought. As Leela deftly maneuvered through the rocky field, she could see the confusion on the faces of the alien pilots. "Look at them," Jack laughed, a gleam of triumph in his eyes. "They're not ready for this." As the battle raged on, Leela felt a renewed sense of hope. They might be outnumbered, but they had something the aliens didn't: the human spirit. She smiled at her crew, knowing they were fighting not just for survival, but for respect in the galaxy. As the last of the alien ships retreated, the crew erupted in cheers. They had shown their strength against overwhelming odds, and now the universe would have to recognize humanity as a force to be reckoned with. "Let's take a moment to celebrate our victory," Leela said, grinning from ear to ear. "We did it, team." As they floated in the aftermath of their battle, Leela knew this was just the beginning. The galaxy was vast and filled with challenges, but they had proven that they were ready to face whatever came next. And with that, they would earn their place among the stars. He crew of the Rusty Bucket floated in the silence of space, their hearts still racing from the adrenaline of battle. The asteroid field lay behind them, littered with debris from the alien ships they had taken down. Leela, Jack, and Sam gathered in the cockpit, each of them wearing expressions of disbelief and exhilaration. "We actually did it," Jack exclaimed, slapping Sam on the back. "I can't believe we took on those ships and won." Leela grinned, her hands still gripping the controls. "We fought hard, but we have to be careful. This might just be the beginning. They'll be back, and next time, they'll come prepared." Sam, who had just finished running diagnostics on their systems, nodded in agreement. "We need to assess the damage and see how much ammo we have left. I don't want to be caught off guard again." As the crew began to check their systems, Leela turned her attention to the view outside the cockpit. Stars twinkled in the vastness of space, a reminder of how small they really were, but it also filled her with hope. They had faced danger and emerged victorious, and now they had a chance to show the galaxy what humans were capable of. Suddenly, their comms crackled to life. "Rusty Bucket, come in. This is the Galactic Council. We have been monitoring your situation." Leela quickly activated the comms. "This is Captain Leela of the Rusty Bucket. We're here and ready to talk. Your actions have not gone unnoticed." The voice continued, authoritative and clear. "We witnessed your engagement with the alien vessels, and we must commend your courage. However, we need to discuss the implications of your defiance." "Defiance?" Leela frowned. "We were defending ourselves. They attacked us without provocation." "I understand," the voice replied. "But you must recognize that your actions could escalate tensions across the galaxy. Many species are wary of humans. We want to ensure this does not lead to further conflict." Jack's expression hardened. "We won't back down from a fight. If we're going to earn our place here, we have to stand strong." We want peace, but we won't let others push us around, Sam added. Your resolve is commendable, the voice said, and Leela could hear a hint of approval. However, we must take a measured approach. For now, we request that you return to the council for further discussions. Leela exchanged glances with her crew. They had been fighting for their place in the galaxy, but now they had the chance to be heard. Understood. We're on our way, she replied, her heart pounding with anticipation. As the ship charted a course to the Galactic Council's base, the crew discussed their next steps. We need to make a strong case for humanity, Leela said. We can't just sit back and hope they'll accept us. We have to show them what we can do. Jack nodded enthusiastically. Let's share our story. Tell them about our resilience and how we fought against overwhelming odds. Exactly, Leela agreed. But we also need to be prepared for their questions. They'll want to know if we can control our impulses. We must show them we can be trusted. Sam leaned back in his seat, deep in thought. What if they see our fight as a threat instead of a demonstration of strength? We need to make it clear that we want peace but are willing to defend ourselves. As they neared the council base, Leela felt a mixture of excitement and anxiety. They had fought hard for their victory, but now they were stepping into a place filled with powerful beings who had the potential to shape their future. The council chamber was vast and imposing, filled with representatives from different alien races. As the rusty bucket landed, the crew took a deep breath, steeling themselves for what lay ahead. The chamber was buzzing with conversation, but it fell silent as Leela and her crew stepped forward. The council members, each with unique features and colors, regarded them with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. "Welcome, humans," a tall alien with shimmering scales said, his voice echoing through the chamber. "You have much to explain." Leela stepped forward, her heart pounding. "Thank you for allowing us to speak. We are here to share our experiences and to show you that humans can be allies, not adversaries." The council members listened intently as Leela recounted the story of their encounter with the alien ships. She spoke passionately about their determination to protect themselves and how their teamwork had led to victory. As she spoke, Leela could see the expressions on the council members' faces shift. Some appeared intrigued, while others remained skeptical. After she finished, one of the council members, a small furry creature with large eyes, raised a hand. "You say you want peace, but how can we trust that your kind will not act recklessly again?" Leela took a deep breath. "I understand your concerns. Humans have faced many challenges throughout our history, and we've learned from our mistakes. We want to grow, not only as a species, but as part of this galaxy." Jack chimed in. "We're willing to cooperate and learn from others. We want to show that we can be valuable allies in times of peace and strength in times of conflict." The council members exchanged glances, weighing their words. Leela could feel the tension in the air, but she refused to back down. After what felt like an eternity, the tall alien spoke again. "You have proven your strength, but words alone will not be enough. You must demonstrate your willingness to work with us. Are you prepared to take on a task that will test your abilities?" Leela's heart raced. This was their chance to prove themselves. "We are ready. Tell us what we need to do." The council members nodded, a hint of approval in their eyes. Leela knew they were on the verge of something important, and she felt a spark of hope. As they discussed the task ahead, Leela and her crew realized that they were not just fighting for themselves anymore. They were fighting for humanity's place in the galaxy, and they were determined to show that they could be a force for good. The journey was far from over, but they had taken the first step toward earning respect and acceptance in a universe that had once looked down upon them. "We want peace, but we won't let others push us around," Sam added. "Your resolve is commendable," the voice said, and Leela could hear a hint of approval. "However, we must take a measured approach. For now, we request that you return to the council for further discussions." Leela exchanged glances with her crew. They had been fighting for their place in the galaxy, but now they had the chance to be heard. "Understood. "We're on our way," she replied, her heart pounding with anticipation. As the ship charted a course to the Galactic Council's base, the crew discussed their next steps. "We need to make a strong case for humanity," Leela said. "We can't just sit back and hope they'll accept us. We have to show them what we can do." Jack nodded enthusiastically. "Let's share our story. Tell them about our resilience and how we fought against overwhelming odds." "Exactly," Leela agreed. "But we also need to be prepared for their questions. They'll want to know if we can control our impulses. We must show them we can be trusted." Sam leaned back in his seat, deep in thought. What if they see our fight as a threat instead of a demonstration of strength? We need to make it clear that we want peace but are willing to defend ourselves. As they neared the council base, Leela felt a mixture of excitement and anxiety. They had fought hard for their victory, but now they were stepping into a place filled with powerful beings who had the potential to shape their future. The council chamber was vast and imposing, filled with representatives from different alien races. As the rusty bucket landed, the crew took a deep breath, steeling themselves for what lay ahead. The chamber was buzzing with conversation, but it fell silent as Leela and her crew stepped forward. The council members, each with unique features and colors, regarded them with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. "Welcome, humans," a tall alien with shimmering scales said, his voice echoing through the chamber. "You have much to explain." Leela stepped forward, her heart pounding. "Thank you for allowing us to speak. We are here to share our experiences and to show you that humans can be allies, not adversaries." The council members listened intently as Leela recounted the story of their encounter with the alien ships. She spoke passionately about their determination to protect themselves and how their teamwork had led to victory. As she spoke, Leela could see the expressions on the council members' faces shift. Some appeared intrigued, while others remained skeptical. After she finished, one of the council members, a small furry creature with large eyes, raised a hand. "You say you want peace, but how can we trust that your kind will not act recklessly again?" Leela took a deep breath. "I understand your concerns. Humans have faced many challenges throughout our history, and we've learned from our mistakes. We want to grow, not only as a species, but as part of this galaxy." Jack chimed in. "We're willing to cooperate and learn from others. We want to show that we can be valuable allies in times of peace and strength in times of conflict." The council members exchanged glances, weighing their words. Leela could feel the tension in the air, but she refused to back down. After what felt like an eternity, the tall alien spoke again. "You have proven your strength, but words alone will not be enough. You must demonstrate your willingness to work with us. Are you prepared to take on a task that will test your abilities?" Leela's heart raced. This was their chance to prove themselves. "We are ready. Tell us what we need to do." The council members nodded, a hint of approval in their eyes. Leela knew they were on the verge of something important, and she felt a spark of hope. As they discussed the task ahead, Leela and her crew realized that they were not just fighting for themselves anymore. They were fighting for humanity's place in the galaxy, and they were determined to show that they could be a force for good. The journey was far from over, but they had taken the first step toward earning respect and acceptance in a universe that had once looked down upon them. Leela and her crew stood before the Galactic Council, a sense of determination coursing through them. The Council had laid out a challenging task. They were to venture into a dangerous part of space, known as the Raxus Expanse. There, they would gather intel on a rogue faction of alien pirates that had been raiding peaceful planets. Completing this mission would prove humanity's ability to take on serious challenges, while reinforcing their commitment to the Council and their allies. As they left the Council chamber, Leela turned to her crew. "We have to prepare. This mission is critical, not just for us, but for the entire human race." Jack looked thoughtful. "What do we know about these pirates? Are they as dangerous as they say?" Sam consulted his tablet, pulling up data. "The pirates have been terrorizing trading routes and stealing supplies. They're known for their brutality, but they also have advanced technology, which makes them unpredictable. Leela nodded, a mix of excitement and apprehension stirring in her. We need to gather more information about their tactics and how they operate. If we can figure that out, we might have a chance to outsmart them. As they prepared for their mission, Lila's mind raced with possibilities. They would have to navigate not only the challenges posed by the pirates, but also the unpredictable dangers of the Raxus expanse. It was a treacherous region, filled with asteroid fields, space storms, and other hazards that could easily destroy an unprepared ship. Back on the Rusty Bucket, the crew worked tirelessly to equip their ship. They upgraded the navigation systems, reinforced the hull, and stocked up on supplies. Layla also made sure to run drills with her crew, focusing on teamwork and communication, vital elements for their upcoming mission. As they finalized their preparations, Layla gathered her crew for a meeting. Listen, this won't be easy. We're entering hostile territory. We need to stay sharp and work together. If we're going to earn respect, we have to come back with solid intel on the pirates. Jack's eyes gleamed with determination. We're ready. We've faced tougher odds before. This is our chance to show everyone what humans can do. The crew cheered, their spirits lifted. They all shared the same goal, to prove themselves and secure a place among the stars. After a few more hours of preparation, the Rusty Bucket was ready for launch. Lila sat in the cockpit, her heart racing as she punched in the coordinates for the Raxus expanse. The ship roared to life, and they were propelled into the vastness of space. As they entered the expanse, the stars shifted, and the ship began to feel the effects of gravitational pulls and magnetic fields. Steady, everyone, Leela said, her voice calm but firm. We're entering a rough area. Stay alert. The ship rocked as they navigated through the initial chaos. Sam monitored the sensors, his eyes darting between readouts. I'm picking up strange readings ahead. We might have to make some adjustments to our course. Can you identify what it is? Leela asked, gripping the controls tightly. Not yet, Sam replied, frowning. But it doesn't look good. It could be a space storm or debris from the pirate raids. Let's play it safe and avoid it, Leela said. We can always circle around. We need to keep our ship intact for when we confront the pirates. As they maneuvered, Leela felt a surge of pride for her crew. They worked seamlessly, anticipating each other's moves, showing how far they had come since their first encounter with the alien ships. After a tense few hours of navigating through debris and avoiding magnetic disturbances, they finally reached the heart of the Raxus expanse. It was eerie and quiet, a stark contrast to the chaotic entry. Keep an eye on the sensors, Leela instructed. We need to be ready for anything. Sam's eyes widened. I'm picking up multiple signals. It looks like there are several pirate ships nearby.